Hello, Mike. Thank you for your time. You guys took six penalties today. Just how much did that stun things for you? And just what do you lump it up to? Is it just lack of discipline, positioning, maybe even sometimes you say penalties of exuberance? Just what would you lump up the number of penalties you took tonight for?
I don't know the answer. I don't know how to answer that question. We took too many. We took too many penalties. We can't take that many penalties. That's the takeaway.
Dayon?
Mike, it's been a struggle for Jake and Rusty in this series, and Jake in particular. He's been getting hit an awful lot. What's it going to take to get the whole first line going?
Well, Jake finds ways to get chances every night. He's got a handful of chances in this series. He hasn't converted on them to this point, but he's had a number of pretty good looks. I think that it's just going to take just hard work and stick to itiveness. We just got to stay with it. I don't think we played. We were quite as sharp tonight. We didn't have as many looks tonight as we had in the first few games. We're going to have to work for those moving forward. But these guys are good offensive players, and we just got to stay with it.
Rob Rossi.
Mike, I asked Sid about how you guys through games 1 through 3 seemed to play at a pace that you really preferred. Didn't look like that as much tonight. He talked about it comes down to getting pucks deeper. Was that sort of your assessment too, that you guys didn't get the puck deep enough often enough to generate the way you wanted to?
Yeah, I think it's a good point. I thought we didn't get pucks as deep as often, and when you don't, it's hard to establish the zone time and the territory that I think puts our team at its advantage. And so just the execution coming through the neutral zone, the decisions with the puck coming through the neutral zone on whether or not to try to make a play or whether you've got to simplify and put pucks below the goal line and create your offense different ways. And we're very much aware of the type of game that we need to play, and it boils down to just making good decisions and then execution in those situations. But I don't think we put ourselves in the best positions as often enough tonight, and that as a result, I don't think we got as many looks as we have in the first 3 games.
Mike DeFabo.
Mike, just to follow up on the question about the penalties, how costly was the sequence there where you guys were on the power play and then you commit to and end up killing the penalty?
Well, it hurts. We get, I think, 20 seconds of power play time to 7+ minutes. So that's a big discrepancy. So we can't take the amount of penalties that we took.
Jenna Harner.
Mike, I asked Sid and Brian just about what the takeaways need to be from this game and what you guys want to focus on mainly moving into game 5. And they both highlighted the urgency. How do you create that, especially knowing you're back on home ice?
Well, I would think it'd be easy to create it at this time of year. Players are excited to play. They're competing for the Stanley Cup, and there's no higher motivation than that. And I think that's why playoff hockey is as exciting as it is. Both teams are trying extremely hard to win, and there are momentum swings throughout the course of a 7-game series. And we just got to make sure that we bring the resilience to our attitude and our effort and our approach here through the ebbs and flows of this series. We're playing against a good opponent, and we knew it was going to be a tough series going into this. So this isn't anything that we didn't expect, and we just have to make sure we react the right way. But I think that there's no higher motivation than there is at this time of year to compete for the Stanley Cup.
2 more. Dan Kingerski.
Mike, Evgeny talked about you can't always skate away, say if the Islanders bump the goalie or whatever it might be. Do you think they got a little bit distracted today? Did your team get distracted in trying to assert itself physically?
No, I don't think so at all. I think this is just playoff hockey. The emotions are high. It's physical hockey. It's like that every year, and these guys have been through it an awful lot. So they know exactly what's in store, and we're well prepared for it. We just got to make sure we react the right way.
Last question, Wes Crosby.
Mike, speaking of Gino, he had the 2 assists the other night. Maybe a tougher time out there today. Just what did you see from him today?
Well, it was. I don't think we generated as much as we have in the first 3 games, and I think Gino's line was part of that equation. So, we've got to do a better job with our execution through the neutral zone. We need more offensive zone time. We got to get pucks through. I think when we had opportunities to put pucks at the net and put them in play, we didn't put as many as we possibly could have, and we're going to have to be. There's got to be an element of simplicity associated with our game. It's just required at this time of year. This is a good defensive team we're playing against, and there's no better way to break down defense than shots on goal and putting pucks on the net. So we'll take what we can from this game. We'll see what we can learn from it. We're going to get ready for the next one. That's the nature of playing at this time of year.
Thanks, Coach.